important to me that I would be able to go to Naivasha, Kenya, and visit the children who benefited from that clean water source. And so I can still remember sort of my excitement leading up to that trip. I had met the kids on Skype. I had seen photos of them for that entire year, but I was really looking forward to meeting them in person. And so I remember like driving down this extremely dusty road after 24 hours of flights and getting to this orphanage in the middle of Naivasha and being greeted by like 20 kids running out of the orphanage, like dragging us in by our hands. And I remember the first place they took me was the bathroom, and they told me all about how they now have showers that they're able to use, and I remember them turning on the showers and being so proud of it, proud of the fact that they were able to get clean indoors. And it's just a really special and touching moment to know that all of that came together because of our efforts. And while I was there, my job was to wash the dishes every day, and so I would draw a bucket of water out, and then we would wash the dishes in that bucket and then transfer them to a new bucket to rinse them off. And although they did have that water source, water is so precious that we would wash the dishes in the same bucket of water for 4 or 5 days before we got a new one. And just understanding that gives an entirely new perspective on them. But more than anything, I think it's important to expand your worldview and understand the way others are living so that you can bring that knowledge back to your home base and create programming and initiatives that can impact those communities in the long term, as opposed to just these short little blips of time spent on trips to these areas. So realizing that there's need even locally, and that is sort of how I, along with my business partner Ashley Adesoy, got into the concept of roots. But I have learned more than anything is that every child we work with comes from a home that is doing their absolute best, whatever it means for that family to do their absolute best. They're doing their absolute best to serve that child and give them the best life that they can. And in some circumstances, the parents might not have a ton to offer, and that is extremely unfortunate. But I fully understand that every family is doing what they can, and we are hoping to serve sort of as a supplement to those efforts, and to fill some gaps where things at home might not be fully positive or fully functional.